my godmother, the one who sponsored me
Mm-hmm.
to come,
Yes.
and she has a love for religious life. And she loved to have her children, like she has a boy and a girl, and myself, her goddaughter,
Uh-huh.
to join religious life, like all three of us.
Uh-huh.
So she convinced her daughter and myself to go to come and see in the Vietnamese Dominican sisters.
Oh, wow.
And I would gladly obey to come. But I said, okay, I just come and then it won't hurt that much. So I went and I was absolutely love it because I think the desire is still in me, but I just want to suppress it down.
Mm.
And the sisters were so welcoming and so nice and so kind, and they young too. So they created a lot of events and activities to get us knowing God and knowing their lives and understood what religious life were about. And after that, I said, like, maybe, just maybe, that I will be thinking again of religious life. So that's a turning point for me. I think about 1 year after I came to the US. Mhm.
Okay, so you were still in college at that point.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, so you said that was a turning point for you, but did you finish your studies in University of Houston?
Yes.
Okay, so you still hadn't completely gone 100% into religious life yet.
No, so that's just a common see for the Vietnamese
Okay.
Dominican.
Okay.
And after that's only for a week.
Okay.
And in my mind, I still love Vietnamese culture, Vietnamese food, Vietnamese people, and I'm not comfortable with American in general. It's just
Of course, you were still new to the country for just a
yes.
year.
And I love the habit of the sister. It's beautiful, and it just in my dream when I was little, I want to wear a habit. You see,
Okay.
and it just I really cannot comprehend God's work for me or God's plans for me because it changed totally what I have planned. And then eventually it's become like totally different plan that I
Yes.
never dreamed of. So I want to have it. I want the Vietnamese food. I want the Vietnamese sisters, the congregation. But a few months after the come and see, the sister have the youth rally.
Okay.
I think the diocesan have the youth rally, and the Dominican Vietnamese sisters invited my goddaughters, my godmother's daughter, and myself to that event. And it happened to be at the Villa de Matel, so where I'm at right now.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
that was the first time I went there and met Sister Kim Tran and the Vietnamese sister there. And we kept contact. And then she invited me back and forth to visit the community and have some retreat there. At that time, she first started, she had the Vietnamese retreat. So I was comfortable there because I speak in Vietnamese and
Oh, yes,
she
yeah.
Vietnamese, so she cooked Vietnamese food. So I drew into that community, but I never thought that I would join them. However, the more I been in contact with the sisters, not with Sister Kim only, but with the other Irish sisters within the community, I was so comfortable there. I so at peace there. Their hospitality was wonderful. I felt always welcome, and with my broken English, they was sitting there and try to understand me and try to keep me talking about myself and try to share their life with me slowly word by word so I could understand them. So I just wanted to come back and forth, to come back to their community.
Mm-hmm.
And after a year, after the I think the retreat, I told Sister Kim that, Sister, so if I move to University of Houston,
Mm-hmm.
it's only couple exits down from the convent. Is it possible if I can stay at this community to discern while going to the University of Houston
yes.
to study? So it's like perfectly planned, right? And she said, I'm sorry, Symphonie, because we never have that situation before. And with the liability of the congregation.
Oh, yeah.
So we maybe cannot accept that request yet. So I said, oh, maybe it's not for me. So I forgot about that.
Oh, so you put it in the back of your mind again, discerning.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Did you feel that if there weren't any Vietnamese sisters, it would have been more of an obstacle for you? Or do you think you eventually still would have found the sisters and eventually still would have spoken with them and discerned if there were no Vietnamese speaking sisters?
There was one Vietnamese that's the vocation director there. So that's only one.
Oh, just one. It wasn't a group.
No, it wasn't a group.
Okay.
And I said I put it back in my mind. But after a month, I received a call from Sister Kim.
Again.
She said, Symphonie, your request put me into prayer. Every morning when I woke up and then went to the chapel, and it just occurred back to me as your request. And I already talked with the superior, the general leader, that your request, and she approved that.
Oh, wow.
And if you want, you can come to check out the place and decide to come to stay with us for a month or so. So we can arrange that with you. And my father was visiting me at that time. So I shared that decision with him.
How did he react?
For some reason, my parents know that I have the call for religious life. And my father was a former seminarian.
Okay.
So he's very cool with that. He supported.
Very open to
my decision, yes. He said that if I like to do, but I would like to come with you to see the play. So I have a peace in mind and things like that. So where you are and what you're going to do and things like that. And my godmother took myself and my dad go to the convent. And Sister Kim showed that the room that would stay and around the congregation. And my dad was totally fine with it. He said, okay, whenever you decide to move in, you're welcome. My godmother's kind of hesitated a little bit. She would prefer me to join the Vietnamese community.
Okay.
Yes.
So is this a common thing, or is this one of the first times they've done that, have a college student stay in the convent while going?
That's the very first time that happened, and they had it since then.
Oh, that's good. So you're the trailblazer. Huh?
I'm happy to be that.
That's awesome.